As fearsome as this creature looks, just remember that the thorny devil is only 4 to 6 inches long. One of its most fascinating features is how it consumes water. It maneuvers through dewy landscapes and arranges for water to fall on itself. This water runs down micro grooves on its back. By working its jaws like this, the thorny devil is actually working those grooves so the water runs into its mouth. Another thorny devil feature is its false head. When threatened, the thorny devil will hide its real head, leaving this scaly knob exposed. That defense, plus the thorns that give it its name, keeps this guy safe to stalk and consume his one and only foodstuff. Ants, up to 3,000 ants in a single meal. Washed down with a healthy gulp of water off its own backside.
We're here in a region of northern Australia that gets less than 12 inches of rain a year. We're here so that you can compare your resourcefulness to that of a water-holding frog. Is your will to survive as strong as this frog's? Consider these facts. During the brief rainy season out here, the water-holding frog gains 50% of its body weight in water. We humans have to carry canteens and plastic water bottles, but not this critter. Then, the water-holding frog burrows into the soggy earth to a depth of more than 3 feet. Come on, admit it. You'd need a shovel to do that, not just your hind legs. And here's where the frog really leaves Homo sapiens like us in the dust, or in this case, the mud. The frog is creating a kind of burial chamber for itself. It's preparing to go into a kind of coma as it waits for the next rainy season. After loading up on water, the frog sheds its skin in one piece. It's a frog skin bag, really, and the frog cocoons itself inside. This frog can stay in its underground den without food or water for 2 years or more. Could you do that? When the rains finally fall again and the earth softens, the frog is able to rouse itself out of its self-induced coma. And what's on its mind? Well, the frog has to mate quickly so that its young will be able to mature, soak up their own water supply, and bury themselves until the next rains. So what is this guy waiting for? Pretty spry for not having jumped for 2 years, wouldn't you say?
And up in these trees live big and watchful lizards. A frilled lizard can spot its prey from 3 meters up a tree. All it has to do then is jump down and catch it. For their size and big teeth, frilled lizards have moderate tastes. They eat almost nothing but insects. A good feeding area like this is worth hanging on to. A frilled lizard won't tolerate a rival in its territory. Competing males hiss and lash their tails, raising their frills to make themselves look bigger than they really are. But it's dangerous down there on the ground. Whistling kites eat frilled lizards round here. All that frill waving and hissing forgotten, the lizards make a 2-legged dash back to the safety of their trees. The eucalypt's rough bark helps them get a grip as they climb. Once safely back up there, they make themselves look as small and inconspicuous as possible. and for 90% of their lives, this is where they stay, using the gum trees as lookout posts and bolt holes.
The honey badger. This little beast has made the Guinness Book of Records as the most fearless little animal in the world. With their distinctive jog trot, honey badgers can range over distances as great as 40 kilometers a day on their hunt for food. Insects, rodents, birds, all are consumed by this animal, reputed to be Africa's most fearless. Incredibly tenacious, they hunt constantly, barely resting between kills. These terrors are very well adapted to the digging lifestyle, with their powerful, stocky build, broad muscular back, and formidable foreclaws. These claws can reach 40 millimeters in length, and are the powerful digging tools that help deliver dinner. These long claws can rake up to 50 holes per session, breaking open the nests of their potential prey. The honey badger gets its name from its penchant for breaking into the homes of another vicious beast, the African honeybee. Though many desire the sweet, this resolute little brute is after something perhaps a little more savory. Breaking apart the honeycombs with its claws, despite the furious response of the bees, it tears down the house to eat the infants. The larvae are what this clawed terror is after, and even the frantic fury of the bees' stings won't stop him. Despite their solitary and reclusive nature, honey badgers attract quite a following. These pale chanting goshawk groupies have talons of their own, but their talons are more suited to snatch than to claw the earth, so they let the honey badger do the work for them. They can pluck the escaping prey that the honey badgers aren't fast enough for. Jackals, too, will make off with a little light refreshment when they get the chance. But the honey badger is no helpless victim. It's quite a thug in its own right, and willing and able to snatch a meal right out of the mouth of a snake. And not quite full after its first course, it turns on the outraged snake, and for its second course, takes the reptile's life. The puff adder strikes back with a venomous bite, but it's not enough to deter the badger. At least not until the toxin begins to course through his system. His cheek starts to swell, and he collapses. The snake may have struck a deadly blow. But though this clawed terror isn't immune to the snake's venom, he does manage to recover. He wakes up, shakes off his hangover, and casually resumes his grim and deadly meal. And the following day, he trots on to continue his terrible clawing through the